Welcome back. How we doing? Today we're going to do a little deep dive chit chat into my current update with my PCOS, gut health, all that fun stuff, and kind of just talk about the importance of your gut and how it affects your hormones and your metabolism and genuine this everything in between. So I want to preface that if you have PCOS, you might not need to do a gut protocol. This is what I'm going to kind of dive into and give you more information about, and why this journey is so unique and customized to the individual and your biology and what's going on. But I will say that 99% of women aren't doing the basics to begin with, and that's why I push so heavily on the basics and the importance of them. And then once you are consistent with the basics, with the basics long enough, then you can determine if you need kind of some like further testing and everything. And so the basics alone and building the habits and the lifestyle of strength training 2 to 3 times a week, eating enough food for your body and enough protein, and sleep and stress management is a tough feat. And it takes women in my program like 12 months to be able to really get this down and make it a lifestyle. And so 99% of the women who I talk to that struggle with PCOS are not even doing the basics. So start there. I have tons of content and everything on how to do that by yourself. If you haven't done that, go check out my other things. No gatekeeping here. I literally share everything what to do and make it super simple. But after you've been consistent with all of that, if something is still off, then I would lean on things like the Dutch test or the GI map test. And the reason why I say that is because these are expensive. And if you're working with a practitioner or someone who is well versed in this and can actually guide you through this, the supplements alone are hundreds of dollars. The testing are hundreds of dollars. Like, I'm a couple $1,000s in just on the tests and the supplements alone. And so that wouldn't necessarily be my first go-to if you're not already doing the basics, because 90% of your problems can genuinely be solved with strength training, eating the right amount of food and protein, and sleep and stress management. And so that was how I was successfully able to lose the weight, keep it off, maintain it. I'm helping so many other women with PCOS do the same. But I'm not going to settle for average. I refuse to be mid. And I've been working too damn hard and consistent for too fucking long to settle here. So while I am so grateful for how far I have come, and I understand that my current lifestyle and physique and just where I'm at with my health is some of your guys' like end goal. And I don't want to say that like that's bad or anything, like to each their own. And like a lot of people would stop right where I'm at and be so grateful and feel so amazing and feel so accomplished, and like validly so. But as a coach in this space, and the more that I get educated and that I become aware of what's possible out there, I refuse to be mid and settle. And I know that I want to be as optimized as possible and hold the highest level of standards for myself. And with that being said, I got my periods from 1 to 2 times a year to 50-day cycles now. And so I've been at about a 50-day cycle for about a year now. And it wasn't really getting any better. Like, I really want just like a normal, 30, 35-day cycle. And so I hired a coach about 6 months ago who is able to, help me run these tests, read them, and give me the correct protocols to supplement the findings. And so I'm in the middle of, getting certified and doing these things, but it takes time and practice and all of that. And so when in doubt, hire a coach, someone who is smarter than you and has more experience than you. And this is such a unique case, like I said, where it does vary case to case. And so I really recommend reaching out to someone who has street cred in this space, right? So anyways, I hired him. We've been deep diving into everything and just really making sure that I am optimizing on all cylinders. And so we started with the Dutch test, which essentially is this kit that they send to you. You pee on it multiple times a day for a couple of days, and it notices the trends in your hormones and gives you a better reading than just the basic blood work that your doctor runs that's not typically helpful. And unfortunately, it's not covered by insurance, so you do have to pay out of pocket, and it's a pain in the ass, but 100% worth it because it actually tells you what's going on under the hood. So it tells you whether your body is producing too little or too much of these hormones, or in my case, my body is producing the right amount of hormones, but it's not detoxing properly. So it's just recirculating in my body. And so the issue isn't making my body produce more or produce less, but it's actually focusing on detoxing and metabolizing of these hormones. And so the first thing that we looked at was my bowel movements and the frequency and the quality of them. And I am not shitting every day, girl. And I've never been someone who shits every day. I would shit like once or twice a week. And I already knew that that was a problem. And it's like, I eat my fiber, I eat my fruits and vegetables, I do all the things that you're supposed to do. I drink my water. Trust me, I'm doing it. And something's still wrong there, right? And so we've been focusing on that. And then with just like the bloating and discomfort and things I've been feeling lately, despite eating healthy and despite doing all the things and getting quality sleep and walking after meals and all of the things, I was like, hey, let's run a GI map. And he was like, yeah. Found out I have H. pylori. Cute. And a couple other like elevated markers were coming up that we want to address. And so now we're going into kind of like an intense gut protocol to kill it, flush it out, and get things optimized and up and running. And so I'm only 1 week in, and this is about to be like a gnarly, like 4 to 5 month journey. And so once again, I refuse to be average and mid, and mark my words, I'm going to be the hottest, healthiest version of me ever. And I'm going to literally put this H. pylori to the fucking side. And I'm about to put my PCOS in remission. Like, I know it's not like, curable or whatever, but like I'm going to be as optimized as physically possible. And so this PCOS has got to fucking go. I refuse. I refuse to be labeled as that. I refuse to be a victim to it and blame my results on it. Like, I'm going to continue to be as disciplined as I need to fucking be in order to live the happy medium lifestyle that I genuinely believe and preach to you guys. And there's going to be seasons of growth, and there's going to be seasons of pushing, and I don't want to say grinding, but like you have to lock in. Like, I'm not a hustle culture. I'm not restrictive anything. You guys know, but like any results that are like worth anything require a certain amount of effort. If you want an extraordinary life, you have to actually put in some work. So yes, it can be simple and easy. But when it comes to things like this, it's like you have to lock in for a certain period of time. For me, it's going to be, like 4 months or whatever it is. And then you earn the balance. And so I'm going to do everything I can to earn back my balance so I can get back to eating my 4 scoops of fucking ice cream and going to my Sunday brunch and eating all of the foods that I love, because that's the life that I want to live. But I want to make sure that I look and feel my best while doing it, because I don't want to do it and feel like shit after. So that's where I'm at. And it's the time to lock in. And then once again, after this, then I'll be back to my smooth sailing and just maintaining. So like, I'm excited because this is like genuinely like the final stretch for me. Like, I have been doing this fitness shit since 2013, and I'm so blessed and I'm so grateful that I get to then take all the knowledge and everything that I've had to go through. It's like my process is my authority, and I have been able to help so many women, and I'm going to continue to help more. And the more that I dive deeper into this and get more educated and knowledgeable in this specific space when it comes to gut and hormones, then the better that I can help serve my clients once they're ready for that next level. So I'm excited not only for myself, I'm excited to share, the world, like the world. I'm going to share the world with you, but just like the wealth of the world, if you will, with you guys and my clients, and just, tell you guys how to do all of the things that I wish that somebody told me 5-10 years ago, and that I've been sitting here struggling through and had to figure out things on my own. So I don't want anyone suffering as long as I have. And once again, I'm not going to fall victim to it. And like, I'm so grateful for how far that I've come, but I'm just so excited to like get that final stretch and like just be like the baddest bitch I've ever been. I just turned 30 last week, and it's like I feel like just continue to like glow up in all aspects, like physically, mentally, spiritually. And this is like the one last piece of the puzzle to being like physically complete, if you know what I mean. And of course, after I get there, I'm going to have a new goal. And that's just how the game goes. Like, I'm never going to just like be like, okay, I'm done, because having a fun goal and something to work towards like gives you motivation and keeps it fun and fresh. And there's always going to be something and you unlock a new level, right? But it's like, I'm finally going to be like where I deserve to be and have the results to match all of the work that I've been putting in. So I'm really excited. I'll continue sharing that with you guys, but I just wanted to give you that little update with all the girlies here, and then let you know that everything really does start in the gut. So it goes your gut health, then your hormone health, and then your metabolic health. And so we always want to make sure that everything is running smoothly, that we're shitting every single day, girlies. Hot girls poop. And that is like the first sign of if something is off. So if you're not shitting on the reg, let's start there. Okay. And if you have any questions about this, let a girl know. But yeah, gut health, and then gut directly affects your hormones and if they're balanced or not. And once again, how we're detoxing, how we're metabolizing them, and where they are going. And then if your hormones are out of whack, it then trickles into your metabolism. So you see symptoms and things like, weight loss resistance, acne, low energy, mood, and like all of these things are a symptom that you're seeing on the external and that you're feeling on the external, but it's signs that something is wrong under the hood. You can almost think of it as like when your car needs like an oil change, or there's like a hazard of some like light warning light that pops up on your dashboard. That's what these symptoms are that you're experiencing. And so instead of getting birth control and just slapping it on and, trying to cure the symptoms, it's all about getting to the root of what's going on biologically in your body, within your hormones and your gut. And that's how you stop those symptoms from happening at all. So if you have ever been told that your labs are normal and to just take birth control and to just move more and eat less, and you know that there is something often that you need some deeper support that your doctor is not giving you, I want to let you know you are completely valid. There's probably something wrong. It probably is your hormones. It probably is your gut, and you need the right support and the proper testing to determine that. And then you will feel so seen and heard and validated, and finally get the answers that you're looking for and get the support that you need so that you can nip this all in the ass and get out of this. Like, it's like there is a world where you can just be normal and be happy and be hot and be healthy and not feel like shit, and have a regular cycle and go to the bathroom every day, and your metabolism will then treat you well, and your skin will be clear, and your energy will be high, and you'll actually be happy and not be so anxious and depressed for literally no reason. And I'm like already walking, living, breathing proof of it. And once again, like, I'm so grateful that I feel so amazing and everything right now. And that just makes me even more excited, because I've gotten just a taste of what like my potential truly is. And so do not accept no for an answer, and seek help, hire a coach that can actually help you with these things, and you can do it too. So I'll let you guys know and keep you guys posted along the journey, of course, but just wanted to let you know what the next steps for you could be if you're struggling with your PCOS, or if you just think that something is off and you don't know where to go. That's where I would go, and that's what I'm doing. So stay tuned, and yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon. Love you always. Bye.